So good evening, friends. Good evening, humans. Interesting question for today. By eating dead flesh, where and in what kind of category of non-humans do you belong? By eating a flesh and basically through this process drinking the blood of all the animals involved in the process of sacrificing for your own immediate pleasures. What are you? You're not only a carnivore, you're actually a worshipper of the blood rituals. You are the worshipper of death. So if we go a little bit through the past or our so-called history, we'll see who is the god of death. Satan, Lucifer, the gods of war, and so on. So why and who gave you this right to become basically killer with every meal that you do? Today's title: when you stop eating death, you will start living. Basically, on the energetic side, everyone who eats another live being is nothing else but the thief. You are stealing, you are thieving an energy from an animal, a fish, by simply taking their pieces, their blood, their pieces of flesh, and consuming it. By consuming it, you're becoming the one who is actually worshipping dead, sacrificial meat. You're the one who's worshipping death as such. You become a worshipper of the entity who represents death and reincarnation, and basically all the freaking aliens that were for thousands of years posing as gods. So you're nothing else but another layer of these animals that were consumed. Because consumption in the dark universe or dark way of existence is nothing else but who's on the top of the chain of this flesh feeding frenzy. So you're just an additional layer in between the carnivore or human alien eaters, and you are actually above the animal eaters, or whatever, animal flesh. So goes like this: animals, humans who are eating the flesh of the animals, and then you have aliens who are eating the flesh of the humans. So why the aliens eating our flesh? Mostly yours. Because it consists of the energies. They're very dark. They're very infested with dirt, with angriness, with fear, with jealousy, with competition. So you are almost like a stallions of the human species, all you meat eaters. So consider why church as such, who's supposed to be very godly oriented, actually insisting that the meat is absolutely brilliant, and they even serving it in the church when they're doing certain whatever baptisms and the crap on Sundays, to give a flesh of the Jesus. So what, they're sacrificing Jesus for your own brief pleasure? Don't think so. I don't think so. It's actually quite opposite. They're infusing you that you will be the one who's continue eating and drinking blood of the Jesus, if Jesus so called, and eating a meat of the Jesus, that's not far from the truth when this happened, because the being who embodied in the times of Jesus into the energy of Jesus Christ has been actually eaten by his so-called apostles and some of the military dudes. Okay? Reason why? Because they thought they will live better, they will, I don't know, get the enlightenment through consuming the flesh of the anointed one or enlightened one. So why are you eating a flesh of less clever beings like animals? Reason why you've been pushed into this direction is because they want you like the animal. They want to keep you in the level of consciousness that animal has, that almost like they cannot rebel, they cannot say it's enough, because you, as a, let's say, scientific human or the one who's breeding them, you breed them into obedience. So you as a human have been breeded into obedience from this alien species, the carnivore, and how you call this when the human meat is consumed? Yeah, get the name. So are you part of this cannibalistic structure or society that actually don't even know that eating another human, that doesn't know that it's using a human organs in Coca-Cola, in hand creams, in the facial products, in many medications, so-called medications? They're using baby powder. Baby powder is made of the babies, and you are putting a lot of things from the dead babies. Why placenta is the most valuable item? They don't care for the baby, is it going to survive or not? Well, you know, they care if parent cares, if parent takes care of this little baby, yet they just steal placenta away from you. In Canada, was last couple of years, they start introducing, you can actually save your placenta or put it in a deep freeze when the woman gives a birth. And it costs you about $20,000-$30,000, whatever, in a storage. So if something ever happened to your child or whoever around in your family with the same genetic pool, you can use the stem cells from the placenta and the actual link between mother and the child, umbilical cords. So consider, if you go in a higher dark societies, these are the meals they actually served on a very daily basis. Placentas, little babies. Reason why? Because these items are very, very rich with creator's energy, with energy these creatures cannot produce. So when we turn this around and we see why we are still, or why you are still not carnivore only, but the human eater, the eater of the human flesh, cannibal. Why you don't question what are the motives behind all of these industries that actually thriving based on your programming, based on your addiction towards meat? Well, reasons are simple. They don't want you to get enlightened. They don't want you to get fully conscious. Why they don't want you to get conscious? Because you will realize that you don't want to actually support and you don't want to worship anymore these kind of killing processes that were rampant through all the history. In some very heavy, let's say, situations when the nature producing a lot of turmoil, so there's no food available. There's no even animals available to catch. So they turn into man-eaters, man-eating man. So the babies were the biggest production, because it's easy to make a baby. I'm talking on this kind of genetic level. Yet there's another very sinister, almost obscure level where we were actually breeded, humanity was breeded as a food. I mean, it still is, until the humanity says that's enough. This video is one of these kind of, first steps towards enlightenment. That you just choose not to be part of this anymore. You will not die. You will not get skinny. You will not be anxious because you don't have enough food. Actually, it's all opposite. You'll become very healthy. You'll become with a beautiful skin. You'll become with a beautiful intestine, like bowel movement and everything else. All the cleansings start happening when you stop consuming other flesh. Doesn't matter, human, animal, fish, all the same. Because this flesh has been so infected, and it's a process that we learn that we only can be helped if we consume something from outside in. But I tell you different. Try to see what you can actually produce inside and start reflecting on the outside. Meaning, if you conscious inside, if you peaceful inside, if you connected with Prime Creator inside, there is nothing that you need from the outside for consumption. And you will start eating for the sake of fun, joy, a company, a company with the people that you're eating with. So let's change the attitude towards flesh, because flesh represents death. To eat somebody, you need to kill him first, of course. Only if you want to eat him alive, but anyway, you will eventually take away his life or its life if it's an animal. So why we're so deeply programming onto all this? Because we do not question. We do not question what our parent did. We do not question how history is written, that maybe history is absolutely manipulated, that we have to be the one that we are right now. Meat eaters, death worshippers, blood drinkers, and so on. Now you get surprised if you see it, that the Queen and all this, like a dark and sinister societies, are doing the sacrificing of the children, women, and so on. What's the difference that you're sacrificing a pig or chicken or a fish, a dolphin? Doesn't matter, whatever you eat. And you pretend, I'll eat less sugar, but I'll just kill a couple of pigs or whatever. And some very, very ridiculous diets that you can see, online, and there are even the TV shows. You just have a steak and you have a protein diet. You have to have enough, so you'll have build your body very strong, right? Right. Not right at all. Absolutely wrong. Absolutely sinister behavior of yours for you whoever touching and killing meat. And doesn't matter if you pretend you're so-called occasional meat eater, yet you're working in the butcher shop, or you are breeding cows or pigs or whatever, chickens in your farm. You are nothing different than these freaking aliens who are eating humans. So, is there an exit for you? Well, yes. Stop eating meat. Stop eating fish. Be very conscious what the vegetarianism is. Vegetarians are pro-life. You, as a carnivore, you are a daily killer of another being. You're the one who using creams. If you're using products that are made of little babies, you're receiving a vaccine, so you're giving it to your children. Vaccines that are used embryos from the babies to be given into another baby or another child. You're nothing else but a dirty infester into a brand new life and infesting it with the dark, sinister energies. So, how to stop? It's your choice. You will not die if you don't eat meat. You will actually start living. And this is exactly the title. When you stop eating death, as such, you will start living. Only then.